Alright guys, welcome to this very video. Today we are looking at how you can set up OAuth in your project. I'm building a project right about now. If you look at my VS Code, this is a project I'm working on, and you want to use OAuth in your project, more like allow Google sign in. Sign in with Google in your application. Then you need to go do it right in Google Cloud Console. So if we hit here, like you want to say create an account, you want to sign in, create with Google without having to create a unique password, then you can do that with OAuth. That is why you need that OAuth in your application. So it's going to load and it's going to grant access that using that. So basically what you want to do is that you want to hit to search console.google.cloud. all right, just like that, and if you click on any of those ones, it's going to open this up for you. Okay, so just click on the first one. So guys, once you head to Google Cloud Console, as you can see, console.cloud.google, you're going to create an account, sign in. If you haven't done so, sign up or sign in. After that, it's going to bring you to a dashboard like this. So basically what you want to do, you want to create a project, but first you should know that Cloud Console is more like a web dashboard, and it's where you, as a developer, you manage your Google service for your apps. So basically what it helps you do, it helps you create projects, enable API basically, and generate OAuth client ID and manage your database. For example, if you are building a React project or a React Native project, what you need to do, you come to this console and you create a project right here. Okay, you can see I have some projects. So you come here, create a project. So once you're here, what you want to do, we want to create a project, but sometimes create it through here, it might not go through. But what you just need to do, select a previous project, and this my project I've created before now. So allow it to open, and what you want to do here is just move to the top, and you could see that, yep, just click on one of the projects. It's going to bring you here, and what you want to do, you can see boldly written here, you have new project. So click on new project. So it's going to ask you to give it a name. So here I just want to name this Swift, which marks my allow with my project. Just give it a name you like, it doesn't matter. Organization, leave that for now. So select that, and it's going to help you create. You can see it's going to create that project just now. So this is the project we created. So you could select the project. All right, so I just selected a newly created project, which is Swift. And after you select the project, it's going to bring you here. So what you need to do, you need to look for API overview, which you could select here. Of course, you could see the project is showing up here, and just go to API and services. Okay, or better still, you can hit to OAuth concept screen. So let's go here. So once you are there, just look closely here, select OAuth concept screen. Once it opens, click on get started here. Get started, just click. So once you click get started, it's going to bring you here. Give a name to your project. We're just going to give it a name. So you give it a name of your choice, then select user support email, add your email, then click on next. So here, audience app information. Okay, this is going to be available if you choose internal, available to a user within your organization, or external, available to those who want to test out your app. Of course, you're going to select external, click on next. Here, contact info, I'll just add my email. Next. So click on I agree, then continue. and create. So that is going to help us create the app, the Google OAuth consent. So it's going to load up, and here you can see that once it brings you here, it's going to bring on some of these metrics. So what you need to do, come here, click on create OAuth client, and I'll just select this one, right? Then allow it to load. So here, once it loads, you're going to ask you to select the application type. So OAuth client ID, select application type. So there are different types: Android, Chrome extension, iOS, and the rest. So I'll select web application. That is what I'm building for now. So yeah, if yours is another, you're going to use that name. So name web client 1. I think the name of your OAuth client, the name is only used to identify the client in the console and not shown to end user. So yeah, you could customize or give it a name you like. So yeah, what I want to do, you go ahead to add your authorized URL. Okay, so here that is going to be mine, like localhost for development. So I'll paste that here. All right, so then I'm going to also add the redirect URL. So here I'll add that as well. So what you need to do, go ahead, add your URL. If you had more, you add them to this part. Okay, then you go ahead to click on create. So you just do create. So it's going to go ahead to create that for you. Okay, client ID is going to give you the client ID which has been displayed, and you go ahead to copy your client ID. Just copy and you do OK. So guys, once you do OK, it's going to redirect you again. Here you're going to see your client ID, but if you navigate down, you're going to have a second value to copy, and that is the client secret. Very important. So you also copy this value. So after copying these values, keep them, make sure they are saved, then hit back to your Supabase, okay, dashboard. As you can see, I'm here. So you are going to use those values here by clicking add a new auth, and this is where you are going to use those values. All right, I'll give the complete description. I'll make a full video that covers it all. I don't want this to be too long. I'll see you right in that video.